have a secret. I can't tell you about it because and I don't know whether it's big or little or...
Well, we don't know whether it's big or little, but, you know, in any other world, this would be a game. And it seems like a game. If it is indeed something that the Canadian public should know, and these people, both Wilson Raybould and Jane Philpott, are public servants. They have chosen to go into the public service, to get into politics and to serve the Canadian public. So who is really doing a disservice to the Canadian public? If you have a secret, and if this is so egregious, then you owe it to the Canadian people. But I have been saying this since the beginning, right? And, you know, this hiding behind the, well, I'm not allowed to say, what am I allowed to say? With the Prime Minister, let me say, look, if there's something that you have to say, you have a privilege. We've said it again and again on your show, Don. Get up in the House of Commons and say so, because you owe it to the Canadian people to say why you resigned, whether or not this is a government that is corrupt, because that is what the opposition has been charging for the last weeks, that this is a corruption scandal. So if it is a corruption scandal, go ahead and tell us about
Bill,
it.
you're the guy we used to always go to for procedure or questions when I worked in the Bureau with you. Is there a venue that she can just go in, suddenly say, I'm rising, and then talk for as long as she wants to talk, and then take questions? Is that...
I don't know about taking questions, but usually, as long as the Speaker will allow it, you can pop up at any time, rising on a question of privilege, and depending on the mood of the Speaker, you just talk and talk and talk. And well, Jane Philpott said that today as well, that while she thinks that she probably could do that, finding the time might be a challenge, but she acknowledges that's an option. However, she said she would prefer to have the added confidence, assurance of the waiver of cabinet confidence, which is an oath that she has made. So there's a few oaths. There's the parliamentary privilege, which, you know, saves you from getting sued, but you have your personal oath as a cabinet minister, and you also have an oath as a lawyer in Jody Wilson-Raybould's case. So.
But cabinet confidence exists to protect state secrets.
Right.
People's state of minds are not state secrets, as far as I can tell. So if the reason for a resignation seems to me to not be a state secret, so is this, the question I ask as a journalist, is this a game that's being played? Is there an ultimate objective here that we're not seeing? What's the end game here? Because there's got to be one.
Is it just to get the truth out?
Well, if it's to get the truth out, and I applaud that objective, then it has been 7 weeks, and are you waiting for the truth?
Well, but there's an issue of fairness there, just in the timeline of Jody Wilson-Raybould went first. She said she couldn't talk about the cabinet shuffle area. And then Wernick comes in and Jerry Butts come in and they talk about that area that she said she couldn't talk about. So it's just kind of an obvious question of fairness that she should come back and talk about that time period.
But it was the same privilege that was lifted for them than it was for her. So it's not
They took advantage of it. They went further.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
So just say, okay, you can talk about the same stuff that Butts and Wernick can talk about, and maybe that fills in the blank.
But
I don't know.
why does it have to be in one geographical spot? Why can't it be at the National Press Theatre?
Why not put it in front of the committee, for crying out loud, though?
Or in front of us.
There you go.
Oh, just bring her onto the show and say, here you go.
Judy Scrow today said, listen, if they have something to say, there is an avenue and there is a venue for them. It's the House of Commons. There's privilege. Get up there, say what you have to say, and then, you know, let's put this all to rest. Because it was sort of kind of dying down, and then she threw a match on it. So you're wondering, are you, you know, you're in the caucus and you're doing this. So I don't get it personally, but I certainly enjoy following it.
You're a hunter and gatherer for facts and anecdotes. You went up on the Hill. What are you hearing? How frustrated are they with Philpott?
Well, I was there when Judy Scrow made her comments, and I mean, this place is full of phony drama day in and day out. But today, it just feels really raw. Like this is people really kind of pouring their heart out, and I think mix in a lot of sleep deprivation. And
toxic mix.
Actually, they're being more honest now that they
can't remember their talking points, so you were getting what their true thoughts for change.
Being more spontaneous.
So yes, Judy Scrow, for instance, you know, really clearly seems annoyed with the situation. John McKay as well, another veteran Liberal MP from the Toronto area, saying if they haven't crossed the line, they're right up to the line of whether they can stay in caucus. So, you know, that's pretty strong language. He even said at one point, well, they used to be well-liked, which implies that they are no longer well-liked in the Liberal caucus, which, as Joyce says, that's something they haven't been saying publicly until today. And obviously this is because of the Philpott situation, which